These guys love me through a lot. And 3 years ago, if you had told me I'd be standing here right now, I wouldn't have believed you, but I couldn't be more grateful to be here. So I wrote a poem. It came into the world at 17. At 110 pounds, reality began to come back into view. You see, I did this living thing backwards. I outlived my father, and then I started dying at 10 years old. It's no wonder chronology escapes me, and moments are earmarked by predicament and boyfriend and drug of choice, but with nowhere else to go, I'm learning to be here now, because I spent 17 years waiting. Waiting for a fix, waiting for the day to come to an end, waiting for the sun to come up, waiting until I had just the right words to say, which were usually too late. What I was really waiting for was the day I magically became somebody that I could live with. Today I'm only 20. The other night I walked home through Portland. The 9 o'clock summer sky had turned all the architecture black and faceless, and I saw one tall, lone fire escape reaching up into the blue. And I thought, what an amazing lookout spot. And the next thought, but the railing is too flimsy, and I'd be too afraid to stand up there. And then the realization, I have lived within the confines of fear all my life. There are 3 stages of mental illness. 1, don't shoot the messenger. 2, somebody please help me. 3, this bitch has crossed into my territory and I'm taking it back. Borderline personality disorder means clashing tides of neurosis and psychosis, accepting that your amygdala and your frontal lobe are pathological liars, a seesaw of crime and punishment, mistaking elation for happiness and likewise happiness for boredom. People are a magic trick I want nothing to do with. I hate you and I love you. I'm learning to see you and not a reflection of me in you. I'm learning that you are only the embodiment of my fears if I choose to see you that way, but coherence is not my strength. I could be you and you could be me and I would never know. Not my life, not my body, not even my dimension of existence, and I don't know who that man is who I hate so badly. When I was younger, I always felt different. One step ahead or one step removed, and I liked it. I liked the eerie complexity of my relationship with the outside world and the people in it. I felt like a ghost, and that world was mine and nobody else's. When I got older, I realized I had no choice in the matter, and the panic came and the desperation. Little screams masqueraded as character flaws, and I choked on the thought that maybe I'd reached a point of no return. The same applied when I was watching the sunrise over the White Mountains from the children's ring of Maine Medical Center and crying about eating pieces of toast. And it turned out the voice in my head was not so divine at all, but the rantings of a serial killer. If I were in control, there would have been no need for an IV pole or bed rest. I remember telling my mom, it's like I'm hanging over the Grand Canyon, and if my eating disorder is the branch I'm holding onto, and if I let go, I'll fall. In the end, I decided not to fall. I decided to jump. Dying isn't what scares me after all. What scares me is not living. I can feel my bulimia-riddled teeth inside my mouth, and I know that I'm here and I'm alive, and that in itself is the catalyst for opportunity. Behind my eyes, the electric red of an exit sign suggests the end of a long winter season in purgatory. The last time I saw red like that, it was spilling onto the bathroom floor. I had gone off my mood stabilizers and my sleeping pills, just like the internet and my psychiatrist and my mother had told me not to. I came to think of that day as the day that changed my life, like waking up from a long sleep, like waking up right before you hit the ground. Some people need to lay on the floor of rock bottom and soak in the fear so there's nothing left to be scared of. I'm one of those people. On my 3rd trip to the hospital, where my identity had shifted from eating disorder patient to recovered eating disorder patient in need of monitoring, I told the staff, I don't need to be here. She said, yes, you do. Now I know what she meant. I didn't love myself enough to choose to control my happiness and my gratefulness over my self-destruction, and despite this last decade, or rather because of it, I have learned that my mind is not a death sentence, it is an incredible tool. Rebuilding is hard when you've never before considered it possible. Death or victory really meant that victory was unattainable and that my mind was already made up. Wait a minute. Redefine victory. Remember that healing is not as simple as it sounds in the instruction booklet. Remember that you are learning not to hate the player or the game, but simply to play. Get your hands dirty. Healing does not amount to the expectations that other people project upon you, love you as they might. Healing is the least painless thing I have ever been through. I should know I do it every day, and I will do it for years to come. The affliction versus the aftermath versus the accountability for the aftermath, that's how it goes. That's how far you will go in the end. I started listening and taking the deep breaths. I've given you the beginning and the middle. There is no end in sight. That's the best part. I can't write the end of this story, I'm still living it, but the perfect ending to this poem has already been written, and not by me. By Joy Harjo, who saw me through dark times even though she didn't know it. So I end with her poem, I Give You Back. I release you, my beautiful and terrible fear, I release you. You were my beloved and hated twin, but now I don't know you as myself, I release you. I am not afraid to be angry, I am not afraid to rejoice, I am not afraid to be black, I am not afraid to be white, I am not afraid to be hungry, I am not afraid to be full, I am not afraid to be hated, I am not afraid to be loved, fear. I take myself back, fear, you are not my shadow any longer, I will not hold you in my hands. You can't live in my eyes, my ears, my voice, my belly, or in my heart, my heart, my heart, my heart, but come here, fear. I am alive, and you are so afraid.